mean, this is the thing where...
Nice. The same thing again. He's doing a good job passing that guard again.
Undoubtedly 3 rounds to go for the London Breakdown.
Hey guys, so I'm going to show the flower sweep I hit on Polaris. Okay, so for this sweep, I need 2 grips. One hand is going to control the wrist, pinning it into my hip, so that I stop him from posting his hand. On the other side, usually, this arm's less important, but I'm usually just going to put my hand under the shin. I can also do this sweep if my partner steps one leg up, okay, in which case I'll just grab the ankle, all right? But either way, what I'm going to need is Ross's head to be at least square with me or on the side that I'm trying to sweep it, okay? If he's leaning away from my wrist grip, I need to attack the other side, okay? But the good thing about this sweep is because the grips are super easy to get, I can quite easily start with like 2 wrist grips and chain the sweep side to side, okay? Once I've decided I'm gonna go for the move on one side, okay, I'm gonna look to step that foot next to his knee, okay? My other leg is gonna start coming up behind his armpit just to bring his weight slightly off of his legs. And then to actually complete the sweep, I'm just gonna be rotating my whole body, okay? So a really common mistake with this is people try and twist their legs like this, but you don't have much power just using your legs, okay? So as I bring Ross forward here, I'm gonna rotate my whole body. As he drops, I'm gonna reach my right hand all the way across to bring myself on top, okay? So another really important detail with this sweep is I need to make sure my spine's extended, okay? So if I try and crunch in as I go for this, okay, I'm kind of like preventing my own leverage, okay? So I wanna put my shoulder blades on the mat and I wanna take my lower back off the floor. So I should be able to fit my hand beneath my lower back. Okay, now I'm gonna have much more leverage when I go for the sweep to really get a more high amplitude sweep from there, okay? So there's a few different things that can happen as you go for this. And you can chain it really nicely with either back takes, okay, or attacks in the arms, all right? So what's quite common is as I start going for the sweep, Ross will often post his other hand over to stop himself from getting swept, okay? If I feel like he's quite close to me here with his hand, I'm usually gonna sit up, grab the lat, and now I can start looking to come out towards the back, okay? What can happen if his hand's a bit further away, okay, is I can start looking to attack the arm instead, okay? Now his back's a bit further away, but I can look to bring my right hand elbow deep around his bicep. I can slide my shin over his back, bring my head through, and I can finish either in a kind of choy bar angle here, or if he rolls, I just pass my leg over the head, break it over my bottom hip.
Within the first round, and now we're in the second, it looks like he's going to do the same thing again. Use that little leg drag, come around to the side.
I mean, this is a big thing about the 10th Planet style, right?
The main kind of option that I was using a lot of the time was the leg trap pass, okay? Which I'm going to look for whenever my partner's got this kind of high knee shield position. This can be from half guard, from a knee cut, or from a like Toriando style position, okay? But either way, once I see his knee up like this, I'm gonna look to bring my head on the inside of his knee. My hand is gonna come out and cup his hip, okay? I go palm up with my hand and clench my elbow tight to my ribs, okay? So whenever I'm able to start driving my head across, this is usually when I can finish the pass on the near side, okay? But if Ross is doing a good job staying nice and tight here, okay, it's much harder for me to commit my weight across his body. So instead, I'm gonna keep my head over his near shoulder like this, okay? I'm gonna use my shoulder on the outside of his calf, and I'm gonna extend my spine, leading my weight through that bottom shoulder, okay? It should be very hard for Ross to turn back to face me when I'm in this position, okay? Now, if I get the position really deep like this, it's very easy for me to just start stepping around his leg, okay? So I'm gonna put my weight forward, I'm arching my back here, I start walking around. As soon as I've cleared his foot with my legs, I can look to step back in, and now I'm in a leg drag, okay? In which case I can just start walking, looking to close his knee into my armpit. Now I can drop my outside knee next to his hip and secure the pass, okay? From here, I'd either look to progress up to the head to side control, or start going towards chest to back to take the back, okay? In the match, there was a point where I started going for this pass, but my partner was having his foot slightly more active behind my back, okay? So what I did from here was I opened my knee, and then I used my knee on the outside of his heel to bring his foot in front of my chest. And at the same time, I kind of did like a backstepping motion. So I brought my knee up, and I did this, in order to clear the outside of his feet. Okay, so if I'm able to really sink my weight back and push his knees to his chest, okay, now I can just walk around really easy. Okay, if my control's not quite as good, I can use more leg work in order to clear the legs, pass. All right, so we're here either in our knee cut, half guard, or with a sort of Toriano position. My partner's got this high knee shield. I'm gonna look to cut the outside of his hip, palm up, closing my elbow. My head's gonna go on the inside of his knee, my shoulder on the outside of his shin. Okay, I'm gonna extend my spine and commit my weight forward towards this shoulder here. And now I'm gonna start stepping around, looking to come back in towards a leg drag. I bring his knee into my armpit and secure the pass. If his foot's slightly more active and I'm unable to get his heel all the way to his butt, I can look to open my knee. Once my knee gets outside of his ankle, I'm gonna do a little back stepping motion to clear to the outside of his foot. Now again, I can step back in, close his knee, finish wet leg drag.
Matthew Korsak's going to need a submission at this point to win this, undoubtedly.
Yeah, Peter did a good job passing that guard again.
And a look of frustration on the face of Korsak there.
Okay, so another pass I hit on Polaris, okay? This time my partner was giving more of a low knee shield. Okay, so in this case, I used a scoop grip on his leg, just kind of cupping his thigh here in order to close his knee more, okay? If he allowed his knee to come open, I could have went into a stack pass, okay? But because he wanted to play more of this low knee shield, I used this grip to pull his knee into my own hips like this, okay? Once I did that, I dropped my outside knee in front of his hip. My other hand, I kept tight elbow to my ribs to avoid kimuras and choi bars, and I placed my shoulder onto his chest like this. Okay, now from this position, I started to free my leg from the half guard. Okay, so if he was back heeling really tight here, I do like a back stepping motion to straighten out his leg. Now I can pinch my knee and flick my foot up. Okay, once my foot's free, I can something like this, open up this space and pass. But because my opponent did a good job bringing his cob knee to his chest, I just looked to push his foot down and came into a slash pass. Okay, from here, once I've got his shin stapled with my foot, I just switch sides with my head. Okay, now I can start looking to back step around and pass into a leg drag on the other side, okay? So I do this all of the time because I really like knee cut passing, but when the person just puts a hard low knee shield in, okay, you have to go to something else. So I use the fact that he doesn't have any frames on my upper body to drop my chest over his knee like this, and this scoop grip just helps me keep his knee in place. My left knee goes in front of his bottom knee. I drop my shoulder in his chest. Now I just need to free my leg from the half guard. I can push his foot down, stay towards my shin. Now I just switch sides with my head, keeping my chest very low here. Okay, I want to make sure my hips are level. If I drop my right hip too heavy, if he opens his knee here, I'm gonna get off balance, okay? So if I keep my hips very level, I back step with my left leg, sliding my knee behind his knee. Now I can look to secure a nice leg drag. Okay, so I'm here in this knee cut. My partner's got a low knee shield. I'm gonna get a scoop grip on his leg, using it to keep his knee in front of my chest. My left knee drops in front of his knee. I keep my elbow tight to my ribs and place my shoulder on his chest. From here, I just free my leg from half guard by back stepping, pinching my knee and pummeling. Now I can use my right hand to push his shin down, stapling with my shin, okay? Now to finish the smash pass, I cup his hips, switch sides with my head. Now I just back step, insert my knee up into his knee, and finish on the other side.